already started or did it not stop yet? Okay, and I'll wait for the recording to start, and Ingi will be back with us in a minute. Ingi, maybe you can get the study in Germany banner back now, while I'm waiting for the recording to start. Welcome everybody to our online info session Study in Europe. This is an initiative by the European Commission. We are presenting study opportunities in selected European countries, and we are about to start the last presentation of today on study opportunities in Germany. And I also would like to invite you to please come back tomorrow when we are going to have presentations on Erasmus Plus scholarships, France, Belgium, Czech Republic and Croatia. But now, first, we are looking forward to the country presentation on Germany, and I load the presentation while I would like to ask Ingi to switch on her webcam again. Okay, Ingi, we actually have a poll question we would like to start with on Germany, and I go to this question and load it. We would like to ask you, what are the first things that come to your mind when thinking about Germany? You can click more than once. You can click more than one field. What are the first things that come to your mind when thinking about Germany?
Very good education. This is already a great sign, Guido, right?
That some of the people at least click very good education, yeah, that's a good sign indeed. But let's wait for the results. You can have multiple answers. You can click more than once. I'll give you a little more time. So we have, oh, look at that, Ingi, 81%, 82% on very good education. The foot is not so, the foot seems to be not so so popular, but
popular, yes.
And green technology and cars about the same. I hoped for that. Okay, thank you very much. 86% very good education. Ingi, I think they are all looking forward to your presentation. Yeah, that interest in education is so high. So please tell us about study in Germany.
Yes, first of all, I'm very happy to be here today. My name is Ingi Nefa, and I'm working marketing coordinator at the DAAD regional office in Cairo. And we offer very often study in Germany sessions here at our place, and I'm very honored to be presenting Germany today. So let's start with the first slide. First of all, why study in Germany? So first of all, Germany is very known of its quality. I think you just proved this point a few moments ago. Germany has an excellent higher education landscape and more than 300 universities and different kind of universities, and we will take a look at that in a few moments. Germany offers a wide range of English courses, so you don't have to know German in order to study in Germany. You can do your bachelor, master's, and PhD degrees in English in Germany. And in Germany we have so many international students. Most of them are usually from Europe, and about 11% from Africa. But we hope that after today we'll have a bit more. How can you find more information about international programs? At the DAAD homepage here below, you can find the link at daad.de, Study and Research in Germany courses, and you can download this presentation afterwards. And then you can access this international programs sector where you can find all the English taught courses. If you would like to study in German, you can find all the different degrees in Germany under the next, on the box on the right-hand side. And if you'd like to take language courses and short courses, you can find them on the same link as well. So another reason why studying in Germany is a very good idea would be because it has a big relevance for labor markets, because the studies are very intertwined with the practical and the industry, so it is easy to step in afterwards into the industry and market work labor. One of the biggest advantages of Germany is the affordability, because the universities either don't have or have a very low tuition fees. So it makes it very affordable. So if you will have to pay something, it will be usually for the administrative costs, for example. But we have to stress on it every time. You should check the website of each university, and everything is explained very well regarding the tuition fees. And it varies from one university to another and from one state in Germany to another. As most of you know, Germany has 16 states, so it's sometimes very different from one state to another. And the living costs are pretty low or affordable, so when you go there and you don't have tuition fees, the things that you will need to think about would be the rent, the health insurance, and then food and so on, and that's it. Last but not least, the good living environment. Germany is a very safe country. Clean air, has a huge culture, so you can visit lots of museums and visit many the countryside. And the food, well, we saw it's not we're all not on the same boat regarding that, but it's different and it's very delicious. Okay, taking a look at the institutions of higher education in Germany, it's a huge range. So you have universities, you have technical universities, universities of applied sciences, colleges of music, art and film, as well as private colleges. And let's take a very quick look at each of these kinds. So universities is the most common and known kind or type of educational system. So there are about 100 universities in Germany, more than 100 universities in Germany, and these are more theoretical, focus more on the theory part, and the theses that you write at the end are usually research-based theses, and you can study almost everything at a university, and in a university you can do your bachelor, master's, doctoral, postdoctoral degree there, so you can go there all the way. Another kind of universities is the University of Applied Sciences, and there are more University of Applied Sciences in Germany than the universities. And these University of Applied Sciences, also called Hochschulen, they are very praxis-oriented, and usually you can, for example, write your thesis in cooperation with a company, so that makes it makes this link between theory and practical very intense. And the typical subjects that you can study at University of Applied Sciences are engineering, for example, business administration, social sciences and design. And if you'd like to continue your studies, you can do your bachelor, your master's, but until your master's at University of Applied Science. For the artistic interests or applicants, there are the colleges of music and art and film, and these colleges have a bit of a different procedure how you can apply. For example, you have to present a portfolio with your showing your talent, and they would see, yes, it's possible, and you can access or not, and they're extremely praxis oriented as well. And you can do, like for example, to study design, graphic arts, music, voice, directing, and camera, for example. And you can go also all the way. Private colleges and academies are not that common in Germany. Most of them are have smaller groups of students, and they're also very closely linked to the economy. And they partially have the tuition fees, so you need to check that when you're applying. And you have also to make sure that the universities are officially recognized. So that would be a tip for you if you'd like to proceed with your studies afterwards. So here you can take a general look on how your journey can look like in the academic field in Germany. So after finishing your school certificate, every school certificate is of course different. Some can access and start with a bachelor's right away. Some need a preparatory year, for example, it's called Studienkolleg, where you prepare and get the missing subjects that you might need in order to be able to start with your bachelor degree. And some can also transfer from their universities, like starting 1 year studying medicine, for example, and then continuing with continuing medicine again in Germany or any other similar field. And after the bachelor degree, you can do your master's, both at the University of Applied Science and a university. But if you'd like to continue and do your PhD and postdoctoral degree, you'll have to be in the university lane. The schedule, how should I start planning if I'd like to go to Germany? First of all, you have to start by November, for example, gathering information. So now you're at the right time to know where would you like to go, what is interesting for you, to get and check the different deadlines, because every university has its deadlines for each semester. So you need to check that online, and then you will continue with updating your passport and starting with the visa preparations, because sometimes the visa takes a longer time, so you need to start by the minimum in June with the visa process. The semester starts in September, October, so by then you need to be done with finding health insurance, accommodation, everything around it. And when you arrive to Germany and everything goes well, in November you can extend your visa to a permit, residence permit, and you can continue your studies in Germany. Well, here are some very important links that we encourage you to open, where you can find lots of information. In Germany, it's a way of teaching is to find data and finding information yourself, because when you're in Germany, you have to be very independent regarding your studies, your schedules, your books, everything. You do it on your own. So we start it from the very beginning. So you can do your research using the www.studyin.de, where you can find a comprehensive database of all the study options and offers of German universities. Then, if you'd like to look for scholarships, the next step would be going to the DAAD.de, where you can find the different funding opportunities. And last but not least, if you'd like to do your research in Germany, there's a specific link for it where you can find more information regarding research in Germany. So if you take a look at the scholarships, the DAAD offers scholarships for PhD students, for specific master courses, and for research stays and postdocs. And in the bachelor, only this academic study visit for student groups. But you'll find all the details about every scholarship. We have so many scholarships. You find everything under the www.funding-guide.de. And as we are now talking live from Cairo, I'd like to show you how you can find the fitting scholarship, and you can do that, for example, at the DAAD.eg. And as soon as you land on our homepage, you will find finding scholarships, and you can enter a keyword. You can enter then at the status if you're a graduate or undergrad, so that it limits your choices. And then you can search also by subject. So for example, if you can choose by medicine, engineering, art, music, natural sciences, law, economics, languages, and then just click on finding scholarship, and the program shows you all the possible scholarship that fit to your profile or the thing that you're searching for at the moment. And as soon as you enter the home page, you will find the different scholarship which you can click on, and then you will find everything well explained about the requirements, application requirements, the deadline, the procedure, how do you apply, and then you'll find the link to give you the opportunity to apply online. And we are, the DAAD is spread all over the world, and in Africa we have 3 big offices, Tunisia and Tunis and Cairo, and in Kenya and Nairobi in Kenya. So here are the home pages, and they're very similar. You can also always follow us on Facebook, where we post different events and different information about studying in Germany, or for example now in Europe. And we hope that you'll be attracted to do your studies longer here. So let me sum it up before we finish. 5 reasons why you should study in Germany. First of all, the quality has an amazing quality. Second, the international programs. We have more than 1,800 English programs, courses in English. You'll be well prepared to enter the working world after you're finished. It's very affordable, and with no tuition fees or pretty low ones. You need to check the home pages of the university that it is interesting for you, and you'll definitely have a good living environment and experience, and we highly encourage you to do so. So I hope I was not very fast, and I would be open to your questions.
Ingi, thank you very much for a clear and comprehensive presentation. I will start the question pod for Germany. Please wait a moment. Here is the question pod for Germany, and yeah, we would be happy to receive many questions on studying in Germany. And the first question I would like to raise is, can you elaborate, Ingi, on work opportunities in Germany after studying? Are people allowed to stay?
Yes, okay. Let's start from the very beginning. When you're still a student, you have the opportunity to work next to your studies, also the 20 hours limitation, as not to lose your student criteria and status for the visa. So that would be the first thing. Sometimes you have, and if you're, for example, studying at the University of Applied Science, you can have a semester where you do an internship. So you've already worked and you've already made connections with the working environment. After you finish your studies, you have 18 months to find a job. And when you find it, if you find it, hopefully you would, or if you decide elsewise, but you can stay in Germany for 18 months, and you can work and find suitable work, and then you can have a residence visa, working visa.
Okay, thank you very much. I by now uploaded the presentation on Germany. To get all the links and contacts, please download 2-5 Germany. Just click on the file and then you can download the slides of Ingi.
Okay.
There is many questions actually. Let's start with application, Ingi. Do I need Abitur or A-levels to apply for bachelor studies in Germany? How's the procedure for African students?
Okay, if you have an Abitur, this is like the German certificate abroad, so you can have a direct access to the university. So this is clear. But if you have another certificate, it differs, because there are some have IGCSE, the British system. There are some have the Egyptian system, the normal ones. So it's always different from one to another. But if you don't have the certificate, the German Abitur, you of course have the opportunity to study in Germany. You can do, for example, this preparatory year, Studienkolleg it's called, where you can have through it the access and making your certificate eligible to apply to a German university. But it's always different from each university to from each certificate to another.
What are the now admission for master? What are
the difference between FH?
The application for master, what would be the requirements for master? And then I find a very interesting question, can I apply for more than one master course? What would be your recommendation, Ingi?
We highly encourage people when they apply in Germany to apply in multiple universities, because that will give you the opportunity to be selected in one, because you definitely need a Zulassung, this acceptance letter, in order to apply for a visa. So this is very essential. And that was the first question. So yes, apply to multiple masters, definitely. And the requirements for master programs, it differs. If we're talking about master programs, you have to check the homepage of the university that is interesting for you. But first of all, you definitely need a bachelor degree in order to apply for a master degree. So that would be the first step. And then after, every university has its requirements. Some say you need to have specific study backgrounds in order to study this. But you will find it, you will have to check it, each university individually.
Yeah, great interest in Germany, a lot of questions coming in. We will not be able to discuss them all, but please post them here. We are going to forward them to our regional offices in Africa, and if you're from Egypt, then Ingi will answer you. A lot of questions on DAAD scholarships, Ingi. Are there other organizations that offer postdoctoral research stays in Germany?
I would highly encourage you, if you're like, for example, if you check our database, the DAAD database, it has not only DAAD scholarships but others. So as soon as you choose your specialty and choose your degree, it will lead you to all opportunities that you can apply to. And then the research has to start from your side, where you have to open each and every scholarship and see, does it fit your profile, yes or no. And if you have any questions regarding a specific step or a specific requirement at the scholarships, you can always get back to the DAAD offices in your countries, because we are more familiar with the different regulations. So for example, our homepage is DAAD. It's info@daadcairo.org, and we answer questions every day, and we're always happy to answer them. But just the research is the basic. So search using the funding minus guide. It has all the details.
Go to www.funding-guide.de, and there you will have all information on DAAD scholarships, application deadlines, also scholarship offers from other organizations apart from the DAAD, in a very ordered fashion. That is the most important central database to get first-hand information on DAAD scholarships. www.funding-guide.de. It's of course also in the presentation if you want to download it. Now the university.
Guido, if I can interrupt you, because someone was asking what is the difference between the FH, the University of Sciences, and TU, the technical universities. The technical universities are like very normal universities, but they have more technical background, like how they're called. But the University of Applied Sciences, this is the different category which we talked about a few moments ago. So if you would like to take a deeper look, just look at the presentation, and everything is explained detailedly, in a detailed way. But the TU and the universities are the same. It's just in the technical field.
And I read a question, is it also probable, is it easier to get into University of Applied Science as an international student than into a real university, or is it the same?
I believe, because I did my studies as a foreign student at the University of Applied Science, so it is possible. I think it really differs from one study field to another and the requirements. So if your requirements fit in either, then you shouldn't have any problems. It depends on what you really want. If you'd like to have your studies more practice-oriented or more theoretical, in this way, if it's more practice, the University of Applied Science. If you're more into the theory and the study fields that you're interested in are in university, then do it in the university.
We are really overwhelmed by the large number of questions coming in. Don't worry, continue posting because you will all receive answers. 4 minutes to go to post your question. If we cannot answer them here and now, then we promise you will get individual answers from our colleagues in the next days. Language, many questions regarding language
Yes.
in master programs. Do I have to speak Deutsch? Can you elaborate a bit on language requirements?
Yes, that would have been my next my next point, anyways. Yes, if your study field is in English, then you don't need any German. You just need the German that will let you get the visa, but that's it. Because there is a minimum requirement. But elsewhere, if your studies are entirely in English, then you don't need to know any German. If you do need German, we would encourage you, for example, to go to, depends on the city, of course, there's Goethe Institute, it's international, so you can get a degree there or do a language course and which is certified, because there are different levels that are needed. But if you're studying in English in Germany, you can definitely see in the university if they offer any language courses, because if you're already in the country, it's a big plus if you start to learn the language at least.
Thank you. It's of course a decision you need to make whether you want to take the effort to learn German. You've got a larger choice of study programs, but most importantly, as Ingi said before, you are able to work in Germany, you are able to look for a job. Everybody who graduated from a German university is invited to work in Germany. And of course, your chances in the German labor market are much better when you speak German. So you can study in English. Learning German is an effort, but an effort worth to do if you could imagine to maybe have a professional career in Germany. Oh my God, so many specific questions which we are going to answer. Would you like to say something about PhD at Max Planck Institute and maybe about this research system in Germany in brief, Angie?
Okay, if you would like, there are different categories of research institutions. Some are linked with universities, some are individual institutions. So I think I would highly encourage you to check the www Research in Germany homepage, because it's explained the different kind of institutions where the funding comes from and which institutions are stronger in which fields, because every institution has its advantages or strengths in specific fields. So it also depends on where you would like to study, but doing research in Germany is very encouraged. For example, here in Cairo, we have different programs. There are short-term programs where you can go for a few months, 3 months, and do your research there and come back to Egypt, or others which are long-term programs where you can stay there and do your entire PhD. So I'd also highly encourage you to check our homepage and your fields, and these scholarship programs are very well explained. Maybe Guido, would you like to add something regarding the institutions?
research is big in Germany, and we have the speciality of a very large non-university research system, research institutions which are Nobel Prize winning, renowned worldwide, like the Max Planck Institute, like the Helmholtz Society, like the Leibniz Society, each with a large number of institutes. And yes, it is possible to do a PhD there. It's not possible to study there, but they have PhD students. It's of course very competitive, but a wonderful place to get in. Thank you for holding up this brochure, Ingi.
Exactly. Yes, you can find it on the homepage from Research in Germany, where you can find all the different institutions, very well explained. Here, it's, for example, we were talking about the young non-university researchers and Max Planck and everything, and you can also find funding your research in Germany. This is also it's an amazing brochure. You can find the PDF version of it on the Research in Germany homepage. And here you can find the different funding opportunities for postdocs and so on and different. So here, I don't need to show it exactly. There are so many. So I would highly encourage you to look for these two brochures on the homepage. Yeah, okay. And definitely you'll find all the details inside. Yes.
Great. Okay. We are already beyond time. So many questions. We promise that you will all get answer, and most importantly, you will get into individual contact with our DAAD representatives, so that you can also ask more questions, not only the ones you posted now. But our time is up, and so I would like to thank you very much, Ingi, for this really wonderful and enthusiastic presentation. And thank you, and goodbye to Cairo. And I would like to thank you. Bye. I would like to wrap up the day by inviting you for our sessions tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday, we continue at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Tunis time, 4 o'clock on the afternoon Egypt time, and 17 o'clock in the afternoon Kenya time, with a presentation on Erasmus Plus scholarships, how to apply, what is on offer with regards to Erasmus Plus scholarships, followed by a presentation on study opportunities in France, Belgium, the Czech Republic, and Croatia. It would be a really great pleasure to have you with us tomorrow, and I thank you very much for your attention and for being with us today, and wish you a good evening. Bye.